Hello. So for those of you that don't know, my name is Vanessa Rowe. I'm a director with Scentsy and have been with Scentsy for 8.5 years now. So it's been a long time. I've been around the block quite a few times and I've learned plenty of things along the way. So my darling friend Susan asked me to do this training. She's like, hey, I'd really love for you to do this. And guys, let me tell you, there are few things in life that I love more than doing a training. I used to be a teacher, so this is definitely something that pours into my passion piece. I just find a lot of joy in sharing the wealth of knowledge and just helping people out. So super happy to be here. And I'm here to talk to you guys about self-awareness in your business, because let me tell you, longevity stems from self-awareness. And this is a huge, huge, huge part that your business is going to play in here. All right. So the only way for you to grow and heal is by becoming self-aware. Now, I mean this in both life and in business. You have to be aware of yourself, of your feelings, of your emotions. Oh, I should have worn my big feelings sweatshirt for this. But the only way for you to grow and heal is by having self-awareness, okay? So this applies to your business, because without self-awareness, there is no evaluation or no change. As we all know, what worked in 2020 probably doesn't work anymore. Hell, what worked for me 6 to 12 months ago doesn't work anymore. And that is totally okay. You know, it's more than okay. It's normal. It's expected. So if we can go into our businesses having this expectation of what works now may not work in the future. What worked now probably didn't work 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. The same way that what works for me might not work for you. And it's totally, totally okay. All right. So the only way for you to find longevity in your Scentsy business is through your willingness to change. We have to be ready to pivot, as everyone's favorite series, apparently. Friends, how many Friends fans do I have on here? Probably quite a few, because it's so popular. But you have to be willing to pivot and change with the times. So in order for you to change in your Scentsy business, what you need to do is you need to evaluate the different aspects of your business. As you know, being a Scentsy consultant, being a leader with Scentsy, we juggle so many different titles, so many different roles, so many different tasks, and it's unlike anything else in the world. You know, maybe other direct sales companies can relate, but small businesses, not as much. Any other company, not really. So we have to just be sure that we are evaluating all of the different parts of our business. The only way for us to evaluate that is by having self-awareness. Okay, the awareness of yourself. That includes things like, how does this make me feel? Does this bring me joy? Do I dread this? Do I put this off? Do I procrastinate this? Do I enjoy doing this? Is this essential? Is this not essential? Is this working? Is this not working? Right. So we're going to break this down into things like, how does this task make me feel? Is this task essential for me to be successful in business? Does this task bring me joy? How can I change this task? How can I incorporate more joy into this task, kind of thing? Okay, so that's what I'm here to help you guys out. So let me give you an example just so that we can get started and make sure that we're all on the same page. So if you are self-aware, you're able to recognize how you feel. Okay, so in your business, you've probably been here for at least a year, right? That means that in that year plus, you have felt so many different things. You've felt inspired and motivated, refreshed, excited. You've also felt the opposite. You felt very stagnant, maybe stuck, uninspired, burned out. I'm sure that you have experienced all of those things at separate times, sometimes at the same time, or only days apart, because it happens. It's normal. I just need you guys to know that that self-awareness is the first step to finding success in this business. Okay, so it's time for us to check in with ourselves. Where are you at in your business right now? And I don't care about your title. I don't care about your numbers. I don't care about your paid title. I don't care if you've earned incentive trips. I don't care where you're at in the incentive trip earning period right now. It doesn't matter. What I care about right now is check in with yourself. How do you feel? How do you feel about your business? Does your business give you anxiety? Are you stressed? Do you feel stuck or stagnant? Like you're not finding a lot of growth, or nothing's really changing and everything is, it's fine, but it's not great and it's not moving, or it's not okay and it's staying not okay? Are you feeling inspired? Are you feeling motivated to keep moving and growing? Are you excited? Are you uninspired? Are you someone who really procrastinates doing something or doing a lot of business things because you're burned out? Maybe you're burned out in business stuff. Maybe you're burned out in life, and that's pouring into your business. So just take a moment and think, how do I feel right now? Okay. So the reason why I need you to do this is because if we can recognize how we feel, the sooner we recognize those feelings, the sooner that we can accept them and pivot to take action. Okay. So if we take action, a force that is in motion will stay in motion, right? And a force that is at place will stay at place until something else comes and hits it. If I have a ball that's sitting on a table, it's not going to move until something else comes that way and hits it and forces it to move. So if you are feeling stuck or burned out or stagnant or uninspired, what you need to do is you need to recognize those feelings. You need to pivot and take action so that you can change the outcome and the trajectory of where your business is going to go. So let's give that example. I feel stuck and I'm experiencing symptoms of burnout. Why do you feel that way? So think of however you feel, okay? Why do you feel that way? Do you feel burned out because you have too much on your plate at home with kids and the holidays, or moving? Maybe you don't feel supported at home by your spouse or whoever you live with. Maybe you're having a tough time at work if you have another job outside of Scentsy. Why do you feel that way? It's super important to figure that out, okay? Why do you feel burned out in your business? Because you're not incorporating enough joy. Maybe it's because you feel like you're putting all of this time and energy in, but you're not seeing the results that you're expecting. Maybe that you're just not seeing enough growth. Okay. Or you feel stuck because you've been doing the same thing and you're not getting any new results. Okay. After you identify why you feel this way, okay, why do you feel burned out? Why do you feel stuck? Why do you feel uninspired? Whatever that is, okay? Next, you have to evaluate your business. Now, this is super, super, super important, okay? You have to evaluate your business on a regular basis. This is not something you do once a year, okay? If you go to the gym once a year, what is that going to do for you? Whole lot of nothing, okay? If you evaluate your business on a regular basis, I can promise you're going to find trends, and you're going to be way more likely to recognize different things, like why numbers are higher, why numbers are lower, why something's working, why something's not working. So you need to evaluate your business, not just once a year, not just once a season, but every single month, because months are not created equally. Because here's the thing, guys, December is not the same as November. October is not the same as April. January is not the same as March or May. All of these things, as we know, the longer you're in Scentsy, the more you recognize that, September and August are very different, because as soon as September 1st hits, there is literally a pumpkin spice bug that goes around and bites everybody in the behind. And that is why everyone goes nuts for the fall, right? They want all the fall scents. So you can't compare September 1st to August 1st, because August 1st is when everyone's scrambling to get back to school stuff done, and they're freaking out, and it's the end of summer and they want to enjoy it and they want to be present and they don't want to go back to school, or whatever the reason is, right? People are just kind of like hanging on to that. And there's some people that are like, I'm ready for fall. And there's other people that are like, don't take away my margarita, So we have to recognize that every month is created different. Therefore, we need to be evaluating our businesses on a monthly basis. Now, this is going to look different for everybody. So I'm going to show you just kind of what I do and a basic structure of what you can do. From there, you can customize this to make it authentic to you, because that's the beauty of this business. You can do however and whatever works for you, okay? What works for me might not work for you, just like what used to work doesn't work anymore for me, okay? So you have to evaluate your business. And what you're going to do is you're going to look at your business as two separate things. When I went through a branding class, I was like super confused. I was like, I feel like I have two different brands. They're like, what do you mean? Because everyone else there was not direct sales and they didn't understand. And I was like, well, I have my customer side of my business, but then I also have my team side of my business. And truly, they're almost entirely different entities. I run both of those, but they're very kind of separate. Like the things I do for my team are very different than the things I do for my customers. And my branding for both of them looks very different as well. So I want you to make 2 separate columns in your mind on a piece of paper, however you want to do this, of your business. You've got your customer side, which is your networking, your sales, your follow-up, and your recruiting, because that's who you're recruiting from. Then you have your team side. Your team side is the encouragement, the support, the guidance, and the celebration that you offer. Okay? That is 2 separate things, 2 separate sets of tasks, 2 separate sets of people that you're taking care of in different parts of your business. So we're going to categorize things. So what I want you to think about is this: categories like what is working, what is not working, okay? What is essential to finding success in your business? What is not essential? So let me go back and show you guys some things. What's working and not working? Obviously, you can look at that. What worked for me really well in 2020 and 2021 was bingo parties. If you don't already know that, I'm a bingo queen. So that was huge for me. But in 2022, I found that I am finding less and less success in bingos. So something that used to be that was working really well for me is no longer working well. Okay, so I'm going to move that to that not working well. Okay, things that are essential: you have to follow up, you have to network, you have to recruit, you have to get sales, right? You don't have to package up all these orders super crazy pretty. You don't have to make your own graphics. You don't have to mail out samples. You get the point, right? Okay, so that's essential, not essential, working, not working. Things that you enjoy. So the things that are in your business, the tasks that you do in your business that bring you joy, things that fill your cup. For me, I love training. I love training. I love going live. I love spoiling my customers. I love conversation. I love one-on-one conversations between my customers and I, asking how they are, checking on their families. Same goes for my team. I love sending voice messages. I love celebrating them. I love cheering for them. I love offering them that guidance, right? Those are things that bring me joy. I also love making graphics. Things that I dread, things that I don't enjoy, things that I always procrastinate: mail. I hate doing mail. I hate assembling it. I hate thinking about what I'm going to put in there. I hate making samples. I hate addressing all of these envelopes. I hate physically assembling it all. And I hate dropping it off at the post office. I don't enjoy it at all. Okay. I have no joy that comes out of this. Okay. That means that I'm going to procrastinate it, and I'm going to push it off and push it off and push it off until it creates an anxiety. And I'm sure you can relate. There's got to be some part of your business that you really just don't enjoy. Okay. For me, that's mail. For you, it might be something different. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a step back. Okay. So we're going to look at our business. You're going to categorize the tasks that you do for your business. So customer side and team side, everything that you do. Then you can take colored highlighters. You could number this. You could categorize it again with what is working, what is not working, what is essential, what is not essential, what brings you joy, and what do you not enjoy, and maybe like kind of things that you're indifferent about. Then I need you to take a step back. Okay. What can we do to fix this list? You can get rid of things. Okay. So there's things on your list that you're probably doing that are not income producing, things that are not working, things that are not essential, and things that you dread. If you know that we all know that we have to celebrate our teams and support them, right? And if you celebrate your team by sending out, let's give me for an example. I used to celebrate my team by trying to send them mail. Okay. Because everyone was doing it, right? Everyone sends out postcards and all these other cutesy charms and whatever. But that wasn't bringing me joy. And I actually dreaded it. And then I procrastinated it, and then it would go out super late, and then it just made me feel icky. So what I did was I got rid of that task. Well, it's still important for me to celebrate my team and their successes, right? So all I had to do was pivot and find a different way to do that same task that doesn't require me to spend money and mail things, okay? So just to give you an idea of what we're going to do with each of these tasks. So you're going to look at things that fall into the not essential categories, the dread, not enjoy categories, and the not working categories. Okay. You're going to get rid of those. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to change this. You can get rid of mail for your teams, right? As long as you replace that or you change it with some other way, because your team still needs that encouragement. So make sure that you are looking at your list, changing things up. I do this once a month because, again, this is something that changes all the time. What worked last month might not work this month. Maybe this month, because right now I'm recording this in December and the holidays are here, and I'm spending way less time guiding my team because I just don't have the energy, because right now I'm funneling way more energy into my sales part of my business, the customer side. Now, next month is January. I'm going to have a lot more time on my hands that I'm not going to Christmas parties and Christmas shopping and packaging up all of these orders, and things are going to slow down a little bit, and I'm going to have a little more time to spend. So that is why I want you to look at this on a monthly basis. I break everything down into categories. And what really quick, I really, really, really need you to hear this. So please, I used to be a teacher and I almost told you to put your listening ears on. You always, always, always prioritize the tasks that bring you joy. I don't care if they're income producing or not. You need to have the things that bring you life, the things that fill your cup, those tasks that bring you joy. You always have to prioritize them. You need to make time for them. If you're not enjoying your business, what's the point? Why not go work at a desk job at that point? You know what I mean? So please prioritize that. The people that prioritize joy experience way less burnout. They're also more likely to stay in Scentsy for the long run because they're having a good time. They're having fun. They're not dreading this, you know? So prioritize that. And then we're just going to talk about those areas of your business that are super essential, those categories. Networking. You need to always be meeting new people. If you stop networking and meeting new people, you're going to run out of new customers. You're going to run out of people to do host parties, and you're going to run out of people to join your team. So you always need to be networking. So that's a category. How are you doing networking? Next category, follow up. This is your existing customers. You have to follow up with them. I don't care if you don't like it. You have to. It's literally a necessity because it provides an excellent customer service. It connects you and your customer. It strengthens relationships, and it brings in repeat orders. Okay. So you have to be following up. Write down tasks that you do in the follow-up category. Next up, sales. We have to have sales. Otherwise, why are we in sales? Direct sales. Literally, it's in the name. So this is up to you how you want to do your sales. Maybe that's parties. Maybe you tie in follow-up here. Maybe you do scent crates or whatever it is that you're doing that's working. That is what you're going to do for your follow-up or your sales category. Write down everything you're doing. Okay. Next up, team side. Encourage/celebrate your team. So encouraging them and celebrating them. What tasks do you do? And then offering guidance and support. What tasks do you do? Write everything out. And then that's when you're going to go through with like a highlighter or little icons, however, to write, is this working? Is this not working? Is this essential? Is this not essential? Does this bring me joy? Do I feel indifferent, or do I really hate this thing? Okay. And you're just going to ask yourself, write everything out. How well am I doing? What is working for me? What's not working for me? And from there, the things that are not working, the things that are not essential, and the things that you do not enjoy, how can you change that? That is what we're going to do every single month, is just look at, what did I do? Where did I spend a lot of time this month? Maybe in December, I'm spending way more time on the customer side, way less time on the team. And that's okay, because here's the thing. We're not shooting for balance. Balance means 50-50. That's not attainable in any part of your life. Instead, we're reaching for harmony. Harmony means that on Monday, maybe you give 10%, and on Tuesday, you give 30%, and on Wednesday, you give 80%, and on Fridays, you give 90%, but on Saturdays and Sundays, you give 0. But the thing is that your circles for each day, they don't need to be 100% every day. That's okay. If you only have enough time and energy to spend 10% of your day on Scentsy today, and you spend that 10% on Scentsy, you actually spent 100% of your energy. You hit the goal 100%. You spent 100% of that energy that you allotted on your Scentsy business. So really, you're winning. So this is that self-awareness, guys, is to just be aware of how things make you feel, how your business is running. Are you spending enough time in the sales category? Are you spending enough time networking? You're going to look at this and say, "Ooh, I didn't do a whole lot this month." And you can track this throughout the month as you do things. You could write it in there. You can keep a running document or a paper, whatever you prefer. But this is going to help you track patterns and see, oh, you know what? My sales were super high this month. Let me look. What did I spend more time on? What worked really well for me? Or if you're having a really slow month, team-wise or sales-wise for your personal sales or whatever, you can then look at this and say, oh, you know what? I had a super low month this month and I didn't do any networking or I didn't really do much follow-up. You're going to notice these patterns and then you can get yourself ready for this upcoming month and say, hey, it's a brand new month. I didn't spend enough time in this category, so I'm going to prioritize this in this new month, okay? So your business is going to change monthly and it's going to change quarterly. So if you don't notice, there's 4 seasons in a year, there's 4 quarters in a year. So every quarter is a new season. And you could look at this, look at all 3 months and say, okay, the first quarter of the year, this is the first 3 months, I focused a lot of time and energy in these categories. These are what my sales looked like. You look at the second category, the second quarter or the second season, and you say, okay, this is what I prioritized. This is what I did a little less of. This is what my numbers looked like. And it's just going to kind of show you full circle how all of this comes together so that you can be aware of what you're prioritizing in your business, what's working well, what's not, how much are you pivoting, how much are you finding joy in your journey, and how much are you dreading or procrastinating things. So like I said, networking, sales, recruiting, follow-up, encouragement/celebration, and then guidance and support for your team. I hope this helps you guys out so much. Remember that self-awareness starts here in yourself. How you feel about yourself guides everything else. So when I think of self-awareness, I think podcasts, I think self-development books. Work on yourself. You'll find that when you elevate one part of your life, everything else will follow suit. So for me, I'm working for this incentive trip, way bigger goals than I've ever shot for in my entire life. And you know what else I started doing? Just a few days later, I went back to the gym. I've been struggling to do that for a long time, but it's because when we elevate one side, it elevates everything else. So when you work on yourself, you're more likely to work on your business and vice versa. So I'm cheering for you guys. I wish you all of the best of luck. I hope that this helps you out. If you find any graphics or make anything involving this, I'd love to see it. So let me hear that. I'm proud of you. I love you. Have a great night, guys.